Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you for joining me. The levels that the left will go in order to demonstrate that they are for the people does not surprise me at all. And what I'm talking about is Congresswoman AOC, who was allegedly caught being arrested by police officers. And if you look at the video, and I'm trying to take this slowly, if you look at the video, you can tell she's not handcuffed, but she fakes as if she's handcuffed. I'm not going to give away too much of this right now. I'm going to get right into this article from Breitbart News. I'm just going to read a portion of it. You can read the rest of that article on your own free time, and you can look at the video for yourself when you look into the description box below. But let's get into this article, and then I'm going to give you my commentary. I'm not surprised, though. This is not a surprise to me. They're willing to do whatever they need to do to push their point across. But the article starts off this way. Far-left Representative Alexander Ocasio-Cortez on Tuesday seemingly pretended to be handcuffed after being escorted away during a pro-abortion protest outside of the Supreme Court, generating mockery across social media as U.S. Capitol Police arrested over a dozen members of Congress. And I can't help but wonder, this mockery across social media, I'm wondering who this is coming from. Is it coming from conservatives, or is it coming from independents, or is it coming from people on the left? I'm going to assume it's coming from conservatives because, of course, they're conservative. They're going to mock this. But I can't help but wonder if it's coming from people on the left, too, because it's obvious that this is fake. But let's go on. It's obvious that what she did was fake. I mean, you look at it and you can tell that she's not handcuffed. But I'm going to go on. The protest took place on Tuesday and featured several lawmakers, some of whom were actually arrested. A viral video shows an officer escorting the New York lawmaker away from the Supreme Court as a nearby woman shouted, quote, "Abortion rights are under attack." Ooh, abortion rights under attack. Woe is America. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, we are, oh my goodness. We are really, really failing as Americans, aren't we? Because abortion rights are under attack. Really. Ocasio-Cortez can be seen walking with her hands behind her back, creating the illusion of being handcuffed. And absolutely, it was an illusion. She then raises a fist, and this is the part that made me laugh. She then raises a fist in the air, confirming the absence of handcuffs. And that's exactly, if you watch the video, she raises her hand in the air because there's a group of people outside, and I guess saying Black Power. So she raises her hand in the air, showing solidarity with them. So if you handcuffed, how are you able to raise your hand in the air? Just watch the video if you haven't seen it. Because the police officer has his hand on both of these protesters, and he has his hand on AOC's arm, and he's holding it as if, and he's escorting her, but she has her hands behind her back as if they're handcuffed. Now, why would you do that? Why would you fake being handcuffed? And to show you how silly she is, how misguided she is, it seems to me that she forgot that you in other words, she basically forgot and said, wait a minute, you know what? I'm supposed to be pretending that I'm handcuffed, but I'm so pro for the people that I'm going to raise my hand in solidarity with Black people and say Black Power with them. You know, I'm one with you guys, Black Power. Oh, I forgot I'm handcuffed. Then put my hands back behind my back. How could anyone see something like this and fall for it is beyond me. The stunt generated a wave of mockery across social media. That's because she's a performer, not a congresswoman, one user wrote. Absolutely. One called her a fraud. Another user observed, quote, almost as good as her fake crying at the random fence in Arizona. And that's absolutely true. Wasn't nobody there, but she's crying and faking. That came out several years ago. And Candace Owens mocked her for that and exposed her for that. But of course, the mainstream media didn't show that, of course. They didn't show this fakery from AOC, but we'll go on. Some U.S. lawmakers, 16 according to the authorities, were actually arrested. Ocasio-Cortez retweeted Axios reporter Andrew Solender, who said that AOC was among those arrested. Others were as well. And I'm not going to go any further than that. You guys can read the rest of this article on your own free time, except to say that there was a correction by law enforcement that said basically that 17 Congress people were arrested. 17 were arrested. So they confirmed and made a correction there. 17 Congress people were arrested. But that's the end of the article there. But suffices to say the fakery of these Congress people. I think that other lady, Omar, I think that's her name. I'm not good at names. You guys know that. I have a lips, so I'm not good at calling people's names, okay? But you know who I'm talking about. You know, the squad, the 4 members of the squad. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with that concept, that name, that title. And it includes AOC as well and a couple of other far leftist crazy as far as I'm concerned. But it shows the fakery that these radical leftists are willing to indulge themselves in order to portray their point. They want to show some kind of solidarity with the common people. But these people that they're representing, these people that are at the protest, supposedly protesting for reproductive rights, do not represent the millions of women in this country. It's interesting to me how these people say they represent American women and they do not represent American women. Another thing that's interesting to me about people like AOC and the rest who were arrested is the fact that these people make millions of dollars to spin lies and twist logic. They make millions of dollars to do this. This show of solidarity is fake. It's only to get numbers. It's only to get power. It's only to consolidate their power. It's only to keep themselves in a position of authority so that they can push their far leftist communist viewpoints on everyone else. Now, somebody might argue, well, you know, you never talk about people on the right. You never talk about the Republicans. Well, here's the thing. I do talk about the Republicans. I do mention the Republicans in passing oftentimes, but the Republicans don't do anything as radical as the left do. And besides, this is a conservative channel, so I'm going to mock the left, the far radical left establishment, or rather, put it to you like this: I won't say mock. Let me rephrase that. I won't say mock. I would say expose what they're doing, because what they're doing is destroying the country. Now, people on the so-called right or the Republicans, I do speak out against them. I do expose them. But the things that they're doing that I expose, okay, is their lack of backbone. They don't have any backbone. They acquiesce to the radical left and give in to them because they don't want to be called racist or whatever. They have no backbone. They're feckless. And that's what gets me upset with a lot of Republicans. They're particularly the establishment Republicans. I can't stand them. But it is hard to really talk about them because they're not doing anything radical other than the fact that they're spineless. Okay? They're spineless. But the radical left, I have to expose what they're doing because they do not represent a vast majority of Americans. They don't. It seems like they do because the mainstream media presents it as if they do. But the majority of people is that don't support what the radical left is pushing is expressed in the polls, the Gallup polls that are conducted. The Gallup polls that are conducted clearly show that most Americans do not support gun control or this radical gun control, do not support abortion, whether it's black or white, do not support open borders, and do not support climate change. Climate change is a big one. How many Americans in this country are all fartsy-dartsy about climate change? You may have some, but a vast majority of them are not. And what do you have the Biden administration pushing for? Climate change. Wanting to spend trillions of dollars on climate change because we got to get rid of this. We got to address climate change, man. We got to do it because most Americans they feel like we're going to die here in the next 10 years. Man, come on. Most Americans are concerned about high gas prices, high food prices, violence in the streets. That's what they're concerned about. They're not concerned about this other nonsense. And this is why a lot of people are turning away from the left. Quiet as it may be kept, a lot of people are turning away from the left because they see with their own eyes the hypocrisy. And people like AOC, who clearly, now I'm going to tell you this right up front. I guarantee you that if this video comes on MSNBC or any of the other leftist propaganda machines, that they're not going to show AOC faking a handcuff. They'll probably just show her front half and then cut that other part out. But you can get it here, as well as other videos. You can get it here. Type in www.breitbartnews.com. Look up the title for the article, and you will see the video. They have the video right in there. And it'll show you, it's only like 9 or 10 seconds. And it'll show you that she faked it. So that shows you right there, why would she do such a thing? Did she think that the people didn't see that? I don't know, but it shows their fakery. In my opinion, they are not one with the people. They don't really care about the people. They care about power. They care about their agenda. And when you are filled with power, when you are filled with the desire to control, sooner or later that's going to come out. It's going to manifest. The fakery and hypocrisy is going to manifest sooner or later. But that's just what I wanted to say on it. What do you guys think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative.